Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Indra Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Givaradha Jaya Gopijana Gira Jaya Jaya Givaradha Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanand Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Nam Sankirtan Jai Ki The conclusion. So, I'd like to welcome you all for the Friday Satsang program. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, a lot of expectations from today's class, and I would only meet or reach to that expectation only if I can get your prayers. And I know with your prayers, I can get that. So, requesting you all to please kindly pray for me. So I would like to offer my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. One shot kalpataru yesha upas hindu mevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnaveyo. So today's shloka is 10.6. Maharsha saptapurve Chattvaro manavastatha madbhava manasa jata vesham yoga ema praja Maharsha saptapurve Chattvaro manavastatha madbhava manasa jata Esham yoga ema praja Prabhuji. Maharsha saptapurve yoga ema praja Mataji. Very good. What about your meaning? Maharshaya, the great sages. Sapta, 7. Purve, before. Chatvara, 4. Manava, Manus, Tatha, also. Madhava, born of me. Manasaha, from the mind. Jata, born. Esham, of them. Loke, in the world. Imha, all this. Praja, of great sages, and before them the 4 progenitors of mankind come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. Let's repeat. The seven great sages, and before them the four other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from a mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. Fulfilled by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki, the Lord is giving a genealogical synopsis of the universal population. Brahma is the original creature born out of the energy of the Supreme Lord, who is known as Hiranyagarbha. And from Brahma, all the seven great sages, and before them, four other great sages named Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara, and the 14 Manus are manifested. All these 25 great of the living entities all over the universe. There are innumerable universes and innumerable planets within each universe, and each planet is full of a population of different varieties. All of them are born of these 25 Tejas. Brahma underwent penance for 1000 years of the demigods before he realized, by the grace of Krishna, how to create. Then from Brahma came Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara, then Rudra, and then the seven sages. And in this way, all the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are born out of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma is known as Pitamaha. Is known as of the grandfather. That is stated in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita 11:39. Om Jnana Tilarantasya Ananjana Shalakya Akhilam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Yena Bhuktati Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Tadapana Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Guru Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Sarvaitam Sarvutam Krishna Vatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishnavanamcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Janapade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Davaneshwari Vishwanude Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajani Nirvishesha Paschatadeshatarini Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gauravananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Just want to mention something before we start, not related to what we are talking today. And when you were reciting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one shloka came to my mind, which is 3:33:6. This is one of the most favorite shloka of the Prakash Prabhu, and he always mentions this. And he always requests us to please go through that particular shloka and read again and read again. And this is what came to my mind. I thought of just sharing this. तो इसमें श्रीमद् भागवतम में 3:33-6 श्लोका में बताया है, मैं ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ूंगा. To see nothing of the spiritual advancement of one person who see the Supreme Person face to face. Even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme and offers him obeisances or even remembers him. Look at the power of chanting. Even if you hear once, and if you recite once Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you are absolutely wonderful. And there is the next shloka which says that if you chant, this is like you are chanting in this particular age and time, because you must have done so many different havans, and must have done a lot of charities. Right, Guru? Wow, such a wonderful, wonderful power. So all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. So on this note, let's start our today's class. So last time, the previous verse, our Sanatan Prabhu has taken this verse 10.5, and in that the verse is 10.5 and 10.4 and 5, which says Buddhir Jnanam Asammoha Shama Satyam Damas Sama Sukham Dukkham Bhavo Bhavo Bhayam Chhabhyam Evacha Ahimsa Samata Tustis Tapo Danam Yaso Yashaha Bhavanti Bhava Bhutanam Matta Eva Tatat Vidah. It says intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, fearlessness, non-worry, all these various qualities of living beings are created. So let's understand a little bit more about, let's go a little back and understand what we have done. So synopsis of chapter 10. So Lord Krishna, at the end of 9th chapter, at once in creation, when we see all these opulent, powerful and beautiful things in creation. Conclusion of chapter 9 is that one should become a pure jyoti of the Lord by focusing mind on the Lord. By focusing mind on the Lord. This is by hearing के बारे में कुछ सुनते हैं और लगता है कि बंगला है, गाड़ी है, वगैरह वगैरह, ऋषि वो कुछ तो कर रहा है. Very nice. Similarly, when we hear the opulences of Lord, by hearing, we will increase our devotion towards Lord. So from 10.1 to 10.7, Krishna's position as the origin of everything has been explained, and we are today focusing on 10.6. 10.8 to 11 is Chaturshloka, and 12 to 42 is Arjuna's acceptance and his request to show Krishna's position as the origin of everything. So we are focusing on the first part of this. In this, in 1 to 3, God and the source of all sages and demigod is undiluted and free from sin. That has been explained. Krishna's position as the origin of everything. From 4 to 6, all qualities and attitudes, freedom from illusion, self-control, and infamy are created by Krishna. This is very, very nice. All qualities and attitudes which are freedom from illusion, self-control, and infamy are created by Krishna. Even the progenitors of the universe are born from his mind, and this is what exactly we're going to focus on today. 7. Those who know Krishna's glories engage in his service. Are we ready? Haribol. So, in today's shloka, we will be focusing on the opulence of the Absolute, which we all know Krishna is the source of everything. We have just read in the purport that the Krishna is the father of the grandfather. Who is the grandfather? Brahmadev. Very good. Lord Brahma. He is also called as Pitama. And Lord Krishna is called as Parapitama. Very good. Very good. Hiranyagarbha refers to Brahmaji, who is the original creator born on this 25 Tattvajas of the living entity. So the first one was four Kumaras called as Sanaka, Sananda. Second Prabhu was the only one on the question by Vidura to Maitreya Muni, and this is in Canto 3. Of Brahma to focus on today. Interesting? So let's start with question by Vidura to Maitreya Muni. On what basis? What was the purpose of doing this? Let's description of Brahmadev came in Srimad Bhagavatam and Maitreya Muni. So questions from Vidura to Maitreya Muni were 3725. Vidura asked, O learned Brahmana, please describe how the leader of all the demigods, namely the Prajapati, Brahma, decided to establish the various Manus, the heads of the ages. Please describe the Manus also, and please describe the descendants of those Manus. So who is asking this question to whom? Vidura to Maitreya Muni. The second question he asked in regards with Brahmadev was, please also describe the incarnations of the material modes of nature, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. And please describe the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His magnanimous activity. So on this question, when we move on to the next chapter, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, 8th chapter, everything is all about the incarnation of Lord Brahma. And in this, before we go over there, let's start with the forms of Vishnu. So how many forms of Vishnu we have got? 9, 6, 3. What are these 3 forms? Who can tell me? What is the first form? Vaibhav? Karnalakshaya Vishnu. He is also known as Mahavishnu. Very good. So you don't answer, Babu. I am feeling very good. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And who is the third one? Karnalakshaya? Shivakshaya Vishnu. Very good. So the first one is Mahavishnu, which creates innumerable universes. He creates innumerable universes. How does he create that? Skin, very, very good. Skin pole. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters in each universe and creates all the planetary system. Right? He creates the hearts of all beings. Any Vishnu in our heart? Yes? Which one? Mahavishnu, right? Shiva Vishnu. Very good. So you can see that wonderful, photograph that can explain how Lord really manifests His wonderful forms. So, manifestation of Brahma from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Srimad Bhagavatam 3, 8, Shloka number 15 and 16 explains very, very clearly into the universal lotus flower, Lord Vishnu. So basically, Lord Vishnu was sleeping on a big ocean, and when he was taking rest, all of a sudden the lotus got sprouted from his navel. And into that universal lotus flower, Lord Vishnu personally entered as a super soul. Who entered there? Who entered there? Vishnu entered into the lotus flower. And when it was thus impregnated with all the modes of material nature, the personality of Vedic wisdom. So who are we talking about? Lord Brahma, whom we call the self-born, was generated. In next sloka is explained, Brahma, born out of the lotus flower, could not see the world, although he was situated in the world. He therefore circumambulated all of space, and while moving his eyes in all directions, he achieved four heads in terms of the four directions. You can see the photograph. That's how Brahma appeared. Now, what happened after that? Now, just imagine, put yourself in Brahmadev's place. If you are suddenly in this lotus flower, everything is dark. Everything is just dark. And you don't know what's happening, what to do. So Brahmadev, he came down from that particular stem to see from where is this lotus flower, what is the origin, where are the roots of this lotus flower. And then he came from that stem, and by the time he come down, it was many years past. And when he came down, he couldn't see anything, but he could hear and feel the Sudarshan Chakra. I said, no, I think there's something wrong. I have to really go back and protect myself. And then again he started walking up. I'm not talking about the lotus stem that we see. We're talking about a big lotus stem. And he came down from the like a stairs, and it was very long, very long. And by the time he could go up, many years passed. And when he went up, he sat, and there was only one word that came, and that was tapa. And then Lord Brahma realized that I have to do tapasya. I have to meditate. And he started meditating on Lord for thousands of demigod years. Then Brahma started creating the reservoir of all Vedic knowledge. So let's understand what all things were created by Lord Brahma. May I continue? So Brahma created four principles of knowledge. The first one was Sankhya, or empirical philosophy for the analytical study of material condition. First one was Sankhya. Next one was Yoga, or mysticism for liberation of the pure soul from material bondage. Third thing was Vairagya. Vairagya, the acceptance of complete detachment from material enjoyment in life to elevate oneself to the highest spiritual understanding. Now, who are we talking about? We're talking about Lord Brahma. Who is he? He is the creator. So the first thing what he has created was the Vedic knowledge. The fourth thing what he has created was tapas, or the various kinds of voluntary austerities performed for spiritual perfection. And in order for him to lead these four things, he has created four Kumaras. Who are these four Kumaras? What are their names? Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. Very good. So Brahma created the four great sages, Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. He entered them with these four principles of spiritual advancement, and they inaugurated their own spiritual party or sampradaya. What was that sampradaya called? Nimbarkar Sampradaya or Kumar Sampradaya, which is one of the most very special sampradaya among all the four sampradayas that we have got. Who can tell me what are the four sampradayas we have got? What is the first sampradaya? Sri, Brahma, Rudra, and Sanat Kumar. Kumar Sampradaya. Here? Very good. And we belong to? We're going to talk about it soon. Okay. So let's. How was he in? How is the population? And this four Kumara said, no, we would not like to do that. We would like to just glorify the Lord and we would like to remain brahmachari. And they were approaching the doors of Vaikuntha. Jai Vijay came together. They don't have that. These are these four Kumaras. But then when four Kumaras mentioned this to Lord Brahma that we are not going to help you in increasing the progeny, then Lord Brahma was not very happy. Anger generated in the mind of Brahma is she tried to control and not express. And between his eyelids, a child mixed with the blue and red color was immediately generated. And he was Rudra. Brahma said, O chief of demigods, you shall create. Now, Rudra was very happy. He definitely took the instruction from Lord Brahma of creating the progeny, and he created many offsprings, many offsprings. Together they attempted to devour the entire universe. सारा जो आजू बाजू का जो भी है वो खत्म करने का शुरू किया उन्होंने, और उनकी आंखों से बड़ा ज्वाली निकलने लगी. हाँ, why? Because Lord Shiva is known for his, what is his role? Annihilation, right? That's his role. And then when Brahmadev, and they also attacked Lord Brahma as well. So Brahma said, my dear Rudra, please, I request you to better situate yourself in penance. And that is the reason you can see Mahadev is always doing a tapasya. And he is focusing on whom? He is focusing on Lord Krishna, right? So after that, Brahma gave or created the 10 sons for the extension of generations. So let's talk about these 10 sons. Are you ready? So the first one was Narada. Narada was born from the deliberation of Brahma, which is the best part of the body. Then Vasishtha was born from his breathing. I'm going to ask you a question at the end. So please take a note of this. So Vasishtha was born from his breathing. Daksha from a thumb. Bhrigu Muni from his touch. Now when I said I'm going to ask you a question, everybody's mobile set is coming out. It's good to have this conversation. What do you think? Yeah? Ketu from his hand. Pulatsa Muni was generated from the ears of Lord Brahma. Angira from the mouth. Atri Muni from the eyes of Brahma. Marichi from the mind. And Pulaha from the navel of Brahma. So these were the 10 sons for the extension of the generation. And then, what is the other manifestation? The other manifestations of Brahma, I was able to get this from Srimad Bhagavatam chapter 12. And from that, we got to know religion was manifested from the chest of Brahma. We talk about religion, right? Is manifested from the chest of Brahma, and wherein is seated the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana. Illusion appeared from the back when horrible death takes place for the living entity. Oh, with this sentence, if you are following irreligion, we'll definitely go for our devastation and a horrible death. If you're following religion, we'll definitely will be able to of Brahmadev. For conducting fire sacrifices were manifested. Four principles of religiosity, truth, austerity, mercy, and cleanness was also manifested. The four orders from the front of the face gradually the four Vedas, which was Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam, and the medical science, which includes military art, musical art, Vedas. Then he created the fifth Veda. Purana and Itihas, very good. The Purana and histories, all from all his mouth. Why all from all his mouth? Because since he could see all the past, present, and future. All the different varieties of fire sacrifices became manifested from the eastern mouth of Brahma. The celebrated hymn Bhum Bhum Swaha all became manifested from the mouth of Brahma, and the Pranava Omkar was manifested from his. Interesting. Some more manifestation. Shall we continue? So when Brahma saw, in spite of presence of sages of great potency, there was no sufficient increase in population. He seriously began to consider how the population could be increased. Just imagine the situation of Lord Brahma. And he is not thinking about only the population of India or China. He is thinking the population of all the planetary system. While he was just absorbed in contemplation and was observing the supernatural power, two other forms were generated from his body. So when he was contemplating and was thinking and he was observing the supernatural power, two beings were generated from his body. One was male, another one was female. So they were celebrated as the body of Brahma. The two newly separated bodies then united together, and the one who had the male form became known as Manu, which is called as or named as Swayambhuva Manu, and the woman became known as Shatarupa, the queen of the great soul Manu. In due course of time, he, Manu, begot in Shatarupa 5 children and 2 sons. 2 sons were Priyavrata and Uttanapa, and 3 daughters were Akuti, Devuti, and Prasuti. We're going to definitely soon see the hierarchy of the family tree, but that's how manifestations were done by Lord Brahma. So you can, I don't know whether you are able to see this, but I can definitely. Okay. So you can see on my right hand side, or your right hand side, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is what the conclusion of what we have discussed so far. Lord Brahma, born from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, an expansion of Krishna, and then you can see Swayambhuva Manu, and the another thread that goes up, you can see Marichi and the other sages. We can also see Lord Shiva, 4 Kumaras, and the rest of the other progeny. And Swayambhuva Manu, you can see Priyavrata, Uttanapad, Akuti, Prasuti, and Devahuti. And then we can see the rest of the other progenies that came from Swayambhuva Manu. Lord Brahma's lifespan. Very, very interesting facts. Very interesting. Are you all ready? Yeah. I really want you to take because this is absolutely, when I was calculating this, it really went out of my mind. So it's better we calculate this. Ready? Okay. So for that, I have. My apologies for the inconveniences caused. All right, so we have a short video over here. Thousand pages gathered together. Okay. In this video, we will understand the concept of Day of Brahma based on the scriptures. In the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse 17, Lord Krishna explains, Sahasri Paryantam Bhavya Brahma Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Devura Prabhupada. You can see namely Satya, Jnana, Dwapara, and Kali. We are also known as Kala Chakra. Kala is time, Chakra is seconds. It is a concept found in Vedic scriptures, which regards time as physical and considers that Brahma lives for 100 years. Each 100 years is one Mahakalpa. This picture nicely explains what constitutes the day. Let's illustrate the different section of this picture in details. Divi Yuga and Chati Yuga. Chati means four. So the Yuga cycle has four yugas. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is 422,000 years. Double that is Dwapara 864,000 years. Treta is 1,296,000 years, and Satya is 1.728 million years. 2 million years. So 1 is equal to 71 times Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. This is equivalent to 306.72 million years. One Manvantara is also the only form of awareness. Most of the devotees, like Indra, Chandra, and Vayu, would all change after one Manvantara.
In the day of Brahma, there are 15 such manvatas. That means, others change 14 times. The junctures between the universe is called as symbols. There is a partial. Similarly, there is partial devastations after each manvata. The current day of Brahma is known as Svetavaraha. In Svetavaraha, there are 14 manvatas and 15 symbols. In total, the day of Brahma is equivalent to 1000 daily units, which is equivalent to 4.32 billion years. And same is the length of the night. So the question is, where are we today? It's approximately 5,000 plus years in Kali-yuga out of 20 years Digi-yuga in 7th Manvanta. The current Man's name is Vaibhav, hence it is known as Vaibhav Manvanta. In this day of Brahma, if you wear 6 months, and after Vaibhav there will be 7 more months. What is the current age of our Brahma? Brahma's lifespan is about 100 years. In 100 years, there are 2 sections. First 50 years and the next 50 years. These are called as Prarabdhas. So total life of Brahma is 311.04 trillion human years. Of which 50 years of Brahma have elapsed, and we are the first day of the Svetavaraha Kalpa of 50th year. So in summary, one day of Brahma is known as Kalpa. In the Kalpa, there are 14 manvatas. Each manvata has 71 lunar cycles. This is also known as Divi Yoga. A Divi Yoga consists of 4 yugas: Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali. 50 years of Lord Brahma has elapsed, and we are in the first day of the 51st year. This is also known as Svetavaraha Kalpa. In Svetavaraha Kalpa, currently we are in the 7th month of 7th Manvanta, which is the 28th Yuga cycle, and we are in Kali Yuga, in which 5,000 years have already passed. So approximately 457,000 years are remaining in this Kali Yuga.
Interesting. So there are a lot of rumors that the world is going to get will come to an end Friday the 13th. That's what we have, and how many more years we have to live. So how many? 4? Sorry. Very good. Very nice. Very good. Okay, can we have a short quiz on this presentation? No? Yes? The prize. Prize, we are going to give you one extra gulab jamun. Okay, let's move on. There is some magic happens as soon as I plug in the charger here. I don't know what's happening here. But anyway, let's move on. Okay. All right. So we were just discussing about understanding day of Lord Brahma. So one day of Lord Brahma is equal to how many yugas? 1,000? 1,000 Divya yugas. Right. Dwapar yuga and Treta yuga. But yeah, we are in the yuga, absolutely. So 1 year of Brahma is equal to 1. So how many kalpas? 1 day and 1 night. So 300. Kalpa, how many years we have got? 470,000. And Dwapar yuga 8,64,000. Fantastic. And what is one mantara? 71 Divya, right? And 71 Divya is what is that? How is that related to demigods? One mantara, how is that related to demigods? They have been changing the concept, but that is the lifespan of a demigod. One mantara. And how many manantras we have got in one day of Lord Brahma? 14. Fantastic. So how many, when we talk about the current Kali, how many years have passed of Kali? 5,000 plus years approximately. And what is the current Manvantara? What is the age of Brahmadev? So Golden Jubilee is done. So we are celebrating the first day of the next year, which is 51st year, which is very nice. Excellent. Hari Bol. Moving forward, so can we? Okay, something wrong. Something wrong somewhere. Sorry about that. All right. So and then we'll move on to the next, which is glorification of Lord by Brahma. Something is happening. Okay. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 395, Brahma has mentioned, "O my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, carried by the air of Vedic sound to the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts." See how Lord Brahma is glorifying Lord. He's saying, "O my Lord, persons who smells the aroma of your lotus feet, person who smells the aroma of your lotus feet, carried by the air of Vedic sound to the holes of the ears, to the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their heart." There's another wonderful sloka in the glorification of Lord, and that is 3.9.11, and says, "Oh my Lord, your deity can see you through the ears by the process of bona fide hearing, and thus their hearts become clean, and you take your seat there. You are so merciful to your devotees." This is one of the very, very special lines. Can we have some silence, please? Very interesting part. I'd like to read it again. "Oh my Lord, your devotees can see you through the ears by the process of bona fide hearing, and thus their hearts become cleansed, and you take your seat there." तो भगवान जो है हमारे हृदय में बस जाते हैं जब हमारा हृदय शुद्ध हो जाता है. When I was watching a short video, and Gaur Gopal Prabhu was mentioning that the way we feed ourselves every single day, we feed by having prasadam, right? But nowadays, along with prasadam, we are feeding our intelligence. With how are we feeding our intelligence? By watching various different things on YouTube channels and different social medias. So we have to be very careful on how are we feeding and what are we feeding our mind. And he also mentioned that when we are feeding our mind, we have to feed the mind with purity. And this is purity. If you really want to feed our mind and clean our heart, we can connect that to this wonderful glorification. Oh my Lord, your devotees can see you through the years by the process of bona fide hearing. And that is the reason in ISKCON, bona fide hearing has been stressed so much. And we have so many different classes. We have in the morning, we have Bhagavatam, in the evening, we have Bhagavad Gita. We have so many courses. The reason we have so many courses so that we can definitely cleanse ourselves, cleanse our heart, make it pure with the help of the glorification of Lord. And again, that is true of bona fide spiritual master, bona fide hearing. And the next line it says, you are so merciful to your devotees. Who's so merciful? The Lord is so merciful that you manifest yourself. You manifest yourself in the particular eternal form. Eternal form. What forms are we talking about? Eternal form of transcendence in which they always think of you. They always think of you. Do we have a mic? Think of you. So there are various different forms of Lord, which he has taken on the request of a devotee, which is Shri Shri Vasudeva Bhagwan Ki. Just look at the form of Lord, so delicious. Are you scared? Just imagine that time, if this would have been in the thousands and thousands of intensity, what would have happened to Hiranyakashipu? The reason he has taken this particular form on the request of Lord Maharaj. So if you can see that here, says, you are so merciful to your devotees that you manifest yourself in the particular eternal form of transcendence in which they always think of you. If you show this to any outsider, they will say, what is this form? But for us, he is our protector. Right? And that is the reason we always sing wonderful glorification in the Narasimha Arati. So, when it comes to Sampradaya, there are very different Sampradayas, right? And we belong to Brahma, Madhava, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we have heard so many times by His Grace Blessed Prakash Prabhu and His Grace Vashumati Nandan Prabhu that we are in a deep, dark well. Now, people who have come for the first time, they must be wondering, are you demotivating us or are you motivating us? We are in the basement. But over here in the basement, we have at least light. We are below basement. You can't even imagine we are in a deep, dark well. There is no light at all. Because everything is covered with material nature. And when everything is covered in the material nature, after so much of practice in bhakti, we get a small little light, a light of faith. And then from that light we see, oh my God, I am in a well. And there is a light up, that means there is an opening up. And that particular person is calling us, hey, you. And you feel like, is he calling me? No. Come on. No, he's not me. He's not calling anybody. Everybody is saying, no, don't worry. Just be here. This is a wonderful place. No problem. Birth, death, disease, डजंट मैटर, ये तो चलता रहता है, दिस इज नियम है, नो प्रॉब्लम, फिर मरोगे, फिर आओगे, फिर मरोगे, फिर चलता रहेगा एचआर साइकिल. Then again we see up, and then again the person is calling us, hey, you, please look at me, and you think, come on, I think he's just wasting his time. And when you look up and when you feel, नहीं वहां पे लाइट है, उसका मतलब ये है कि वो आदमी कुछ मेरे से कहना चाहता है. And when you try to respond to that particular person up there, he sends that rope down, and he says, just hold that rope, don't worry, just hold that rope and hold it tight, and I will take you up. When I heard this analogy, I was completely struck, because this analogy is the analogy for us. And who is sitting up there? Lord Himself. What is this rope? What is this rope? The rope, holy name. And who was basically sending this rope to us down? It's the whole Guru Sampradaya, Guru Parampara, the whole Sampradaya. They are telling us, come to us, let's go. Don't waste your time. You're in a dark world, Baba, for so many years. It's enough. Let's go up. And how we can go up? And how we can get the clarity? Only when we chant. Only when we chant. And when we chant more, we are definitely going to hold that particular rope very, very strongly. And when we hold that rope strong, slowly and gradually, our Guru Parampara will definitely take us back home. Our Guru, Srila Prabhupada, he is the one who has basically helped us to get this particular rope, and this rope is getting stronger and stronger and stronger day by day. But our grip is getting looser and losing and looser day by day. And that is what is very, very important for us to contemplate. Yeah. So we are coming from one of the sampradaya, and this particular rope is from that sampradaya. And this when we see this rope, I don't know whether you have seen the rope. The rope has three kind of things, right? Three ties, and we are basically from three mixed sampradaya, right? Brahma, Gaudiya, Madhva, and our rope is more stronger. So let's hold. And how can we do that? By our making sure our sadhana, by of course following. So just to conclude, Lord Brahma is a creator. Lord Brahma is a creator. Have you seen a mason? What is his role? What is the role of a mason? He builds the building. He builds the building with the help of all the resources available. Right, Kirti? Right, Kirti? Yeah? What is the role of a mason? The role of a mason is to build the, first of all, he definitely has to plan things, right? A creator has to plan things. कि ये अर्जुन कृष्ण प्रभु कहाँ रहेंगे and बाकी सब लोग कहाँ रहेंगे वगैरह वगैरह. He has to plan it properly, plan the city, plan the country, and then all these things he has to from the resources available. Who is providing these resources? Lord Himself. Lord Himself is providing all the resources, and who is creating this? Lord Brahma. But at the end of the day, in regards with this particular mason work, who is helping us to understand this? Who is helping us to understand about this creator? Our Guru Parampara and our Savior, who is Srila Prabhupada. Founder Acharya, she should help us to go back home, back to Godhead, to hold that particular rope so that we can go out of this particular dense darkness. So on this note, I would like to thank you very, very much for giving me an opportunity once again. I have tried my best with little understanding and intelligence that I have got to work on this particular shloka. But I'm sure we have wonderful and very, very elevated gurus, who is my Shiksha Guru. And I'm very proud that they are here sitting in front of me. So I really feel like I'm in a nursery and they are really watching me on seeing how I can present what they have taught. Any questions, you want to add anything more, any feedback, please, you can try. Hare Krishna.
This were engaged throughout the class. I have one request and then my question.
Yes.
So request is, can you please note the first question? Regarding my question, one of the slides you showed that the lust and desire manifested from the heart.
Excellent question. And I was anticipating this question. Very nice. So I will definitely try to answer, and I would request my Shiksha Gurus to definitely add. So when it comes to materials, and then we'll come to know, and we'll be able to clarify this. So the lotus got sprouted when Lord was really focusing on something, and there was a disturbance because of some modes of passion, and that's how the lotus the root from his navel. When he was creating, he is called as a demigod of who is basically resembling the mode of passion because he is the one who's creating everything. So when, as a creator, the Lord has given him that kind of I'll not say mindset, um, attributes, so that he can create things in and out. And that you can see, by the way, the presentation is half. If I put more information, it will go for a day because there are a lot of very minute details has been mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam on what all things he has created. So in order for you to create, Lord has given him that particular attribute of being passionate, and hence passionately he has enthusiastically he has created all these various different manifestations which we have seen. That's what the uh, understanding we can look at, and I would request of Rudra. When Rudra was manifested, when Brahmadev was telling him, you can please increase the progeny, and then because he is the lord of annihilation, so all the progeny started annihilating everything, devastating the whole planetary system. So when Lord Brahma understood, no, he is basically meant for annihilation. So he then said, you start with penance, and I will take the charge, and I will move forward. And then he moved with Saptarishis, and then Manus, and then Manus has created the various. And when it comes to Manus itself, we can have one class on how they have created the progeny and population, and what was their attribute when they were creating this. So I'm sure Sudhir can.
The part of the trade that we do. So, so yes, for this material work, but for set of people, if you try to just like issue, is the source of the we are just giving us what able for all the food, all the Brahma, that is five which is known and Lord is philosophy column problem. Not only this universe, all the other 40 universe, qualities they are created. And personality, and Krishna says, I am the source of it's still the reason for concerning this person before that, not having this all the different ways of doing things before I forget.
Good, Luca.
This was all the different branches of the knowledge that we see, all attributes. Even by having those attributes, we can lower understand. Similarly, if you are at this stage of stuff issues or money, you can take down this in many of those books. So with the stuff issues, money, we are taking this position of the transaction. The man himself says, how come that the now stage of Supreme Father or my spiritual master, I think you know it. He said, please stop this. People will think that, okay, I know about Krishna, at least I used to. So by this was we understand that Krishna is trying to bring this down. All this Rishi Muni, all this such personality who are very thoughtful, even they don't know the glory of Krishna. And that is the reason in Bhagavatam, this section, there's a pure humility of Krishna. You see, they are both the अपने मुंह से ना बखाने का अपने बताने को Krishna is doing because nobody else can do that. This is called Swa Mahima Varna. This section of Bhagavad Gita is called Swa Mahima Varna. अपनी स्वयं की महिमा का वर्णन कर रहे हैं क्योंकि और कोई भगवान की महिमा को जानता ही नहीं. So that's not very easy for Krishna. अपनी खुद की वो पढ़ाई करना वो बहुत कुछ नहीं कर रहा भगवान बात बताएंगे हमारी चीज आती है. It is the entire thing is happening over Arjuna. Just feel Amshima. What we learn is today, all this cosmic manifestation by Brahmaji and then everyone. Everything is Krishna says in the last verse of the chapter, second last and last verse. This Hari Jagat Ek Amshi is just one fragmental part of mind. Creation is hard. So what are the speaking of now? What one? It's a Ek Amshi. So that's what he's trying to establish this. And why it is so? Because the more we understand the offerings of Krishna, Prabhupada says, that help us to surrender. They should work. It's very common tendency. The moment we know the greatness of such personality, we want to be sure. Krishna is telling about himself or story in Mahabharata. There is no one greater than this person. He is the greatest one, topmost one. If I take this shelter, and stay. There's a entire purpose of Krishna's story. And that will come in the 8, 9, 10. Answers. He is ready to do that work. So thank you so much for explaining this, especially this information about the Manu, Brahmaji, Satsakshis, which is only known by the cycle of the hand cycle. And by seeing the Brahmaji and this part of the Brahmaji lifespan, you can understand how tiny we are. Absolutely. So that makes us very humble. Yeah. Again, help us to make sure. Absolutely. And not only that, thank you. Oh, one more thing while you were discussing this, we're talking about one Brahma, and we have billions and billions of Brahmanas. And then from billions of we have definitely seen Brahma on Leela. As Brahma himself sees that who is this boy and what is he doing and so on, and then just to kill his pride, Lord definitely does so many wonderful Leelas. So with this we can understand we are talking about one fragment of Lord. And just imagine what is our position. And sometimes we feel that this is mine and so on and so forth. So this whole parampara itself is so glorious. It gives us so much an understanding that what is our position. Makes us very humble. And that humility will help us to definitely get more stronger and stronger in our daily devotional service. And that is what is really required. Otherwise,
We may feel that we have taken birth in human form. If I'm not making any sense and giving any opportunity to this human form, then just a waste of time and energy. On this note, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for writing. I think that was really required. Thank you very, very much. So, Prabhu, let's move on to the next part of our program, which is offering Aarti. Gopal Krishna, Prabhu, please. No, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all the Siksha Gurus.
So, really, very good to this. So, mentioned each and every one completely engaged. So much effort has been put into compiling this particular presentation, to the video, the chart of the